am so excited to see all of you here. I'm so grateful to be here myself with my mom. This will be a very personal address because this is the first time I'm speaking out since I lost someone very close to me this week. Someone that is very beloved to all of you, I'm sure, the wonderful artist, Prince. He was a person that love was very important to, unconditional love. He brought that to everything that he did, all of his work, all of his life, all of his relationships. When I was 19 years old, he called me, and he said I was the voice of a generation, and that I needed to work with him on his 1999 sort of remix album that he was doing. He wanted me to do a monologue. And in that monologue, he talked about religion and black and brown bodies overly incarcerated. It was timely then and prescient today. I bring that up because I wonder, actually, if it wasn't for his encouragement, if I'd be standing before you right here, right now, today. Because encouragement is really, really important. And reaching out to people just because of love and care is tremendous. And I can't tell you how many people I have met along this journey supporting Bernie Sanders that have just so touched my heart and motivated my spirit and inspired me. Every time I see a sea of faces like yours, I am just blown away at the majesty of what this country can do. You know, I've never supported or endorsed a candidate before, and like Prince, I'm pretty purple. I like to stay neutral. But the reason why I've been putting so much of my time and energy and love behind this man is because of you. You know, when President Barack Obama became president, he did so with $1 billion and grassroots organizing and paid community organizing. It was tremendous effort. Within you, he has his entire base. You are not only his financial supporters, but his visible, present supporters. He has the largest amount of authentic followers online, which is really tremendous out of all the candidates. The other candidate is around 40% fake followers online. Now, that's not funny to me. I actually find that kind of scary. This week was disclosed how a super PAC is working in conjunction with the other candidate's campaign, which should be illegal, but somehow is not. And David Brock, the person who targeted, shamed, and discredited Anita Hill, who works for the other candidate, is running that campaign. And already they've targeted 5,000 people online. And we're just in the primaries. This should be something we should really be looking at and talking about. Because if you're being targeted, real, authentic supporters of Bernie Sanders who have opinions and passion are being corrected, targeted, followed online by professionals to quash dissent and manipulate favor. And we're only in the primaries. Imagine what that will look like in the general election. Imagine what that will look like with that presidency. That's some 1984 Big Brother, scary, scary stuff. Seriously. The internet has really been Bernie's domain Because as we all well know, the corporate media is very in pocket and very biased, and the blackout on him has been very, very hurtful, because I think he'd be sweeping otherwise. Because when people hear his message, when the debates are not done in terrible times and people actually watch them rather than the summary on the corporate media and actually get to hear him directly, they are moved, they are inspired. And yes, that's exactly why I haven't been doing press in the corporate media, but solely on Democracy Now! And the Young Turks. And I gotta say, when I got arrested for Democracy Spring, you know, in the follow-up week that had Democracy Awakening, it was crazy to me to think that TMZ was the one who broke the story. Honestly and authentically, and if you want to give yourself a little experience of what media literacy is, look at how my arrest was posted by all the different media sections. Some of them really went into what Democracy Spring was about, taking the money out of politics, overturning Citizens United, Democracy Awakening, restoring the Voting Rights Act. Some of that was talked about, but it didn't really get into the fact that I talked about, yes, that's what we were there for, but also that the police were really great with us, but they're not always so great with Black Lives Matter activists and dreamers and Occupy movements. And maybe we can learn from this and start bridging that gap. But it's interesting to see in the different media outlets what they chose to say about it. And that'll be a really good lesson to you to look up. Because we are really fending for ourselves right now. We are literally under attack for not just supporting the other candidate. Now, I'm with Monica Lewinsky with this. Bullying is bad. She's actually dedicated her life now to talking about that. And now, as a campaign strategy, we are being bullied. And somehow that is okay and not being talked about with the richness that it needs to. I'm with the candidate who voted against the Patriot Act twice. I'm with the candidate who recognizes that Edward Snowden did us a solid. I'm with the candidate who I don't fear net neutrality for. I'm with the candidate who understands that we actually save money by all of us having health care. We save money by all of us getting an education. That fracking is bad and the environment should be our #1 thing that we're pushing for. Because our choices seem to be hate and war, and I choose peace and love. Because I get to, and I'm so thankful that you are here to help us show the world that we care about this and that we are fighting for it, because it truly is a future to believe in. So let's keep injecting love into this process, and authenticity and integrity. Don't just take my word for it. Please welcome Senator Bernie Sanders.